What if you stopped trying things in your business and started running experiments instead? Does that sound like the same thing? It isn't. When you're trying something, it's a binary outcome. It either works or it doesn't. When you're experimenting with something, you're getting a result that gives you data. And that data, if you're collecting it accurately and you're actually taking account to do the actions that give you the data, gives you the results and the next steps on what you should be doing next. I changed the way that I think about my business about 4 months ago, and it changed everything about how I make decisions and how quickly I can move. I'm Niky, I'm a senior leader with a corporate job. I've got 2 kids under 9, a Masters of Entrepreneurship, and about 15 hours a week to build a business. And the idea is that this business is going to replace my full-time income. And if you want to know how to even work out how long that takes and how to replace your full-time income in terms of what figures you need to hit, check out the video linked on the screen for more. Now, I am tracking all of my business experiments, what's working, what's not, and how I run a 30-day experiment in my business in my free Skool group, From Job to CEO, the experiment. The link is in the description. For a long time, I had this idea that while I was building my business, I would just come up with some random idea and just try it out. I'd probably test it for about a week and be like, oh, well, no one bought that. It's obviously crap. And then I'd feel like I'd failed if the result was not what I thought it was going to be. That cycle was exhausting, slow, and did not work. The shift happened when I started thinking of everything I was doing in my business as an experiment. An experiment has a hypothesis, it has a time frame, and it has a result. And no matter what the result is that comes back, you know more because of what you've done and what you've tested and what you've tracked. Now, I run experiments deliberately. I name them, I give them a time frame, and I define what it is I'm expecting to see and what I'm tracking to be able to determine the outcome deliberately. I also share the results of these experiments publicly, because I believe you can learn faster from someone else's real data rather than their highlight reel. So here's how I do a business experiment. It's simple. First, what's my hypothesis? What do I actually think will happen and why? Not, I hope this works, a specific prediction. The first experiment I ran live was my free From Job to CEO Skool community. The group itself was an experiment. I launched it off a bundle that I was hosting for the very first time, which again was another experiment. If I host my own bundle of business experts offering something that's normally paid for free, am I going to get more growth on my email list? If I start a free Skool community off the back of launching that bundle, are people going to come from the bundle into my free Skool community? All of this was an experiment to see if I could grow my email list and my audience. And I did do a video about this in a little bit more detail, which is on the screen if you want to check that out. My first live experiment, which I documented in Skool, was can I grow my Skool community to 100 members in 30 days? I tried a bunch of different methods and reported back the data in Skool, and spoiler alert, it did take me just over 30 days to get to the 100, but I am absolutely convinced I would not have grown this group without the push that putting a time frame and a hypothesis put on me through that experiment. The second step is to set that time frame. Experiments need an end date. I usually work in 30 or 60 day time frames because that's enough time to get a real result and to track data. But in saying this, I try and move that whole time at pace to really see the outcomes. I don't just say I'm going to do something for the next 30 days and then do nothing. I actually analyze the data, I change what I'm doing if I need to, I mix it up, I do more than what I thought I was going to do from the start when I see something shift. You've got to be adaptive and you've got to be committed to that time frame. Step 3 is a metric. This is a number that tells you whether or not your hypothesis is working in the right direction. Not a vague feeling, a number. Member count, email signups, sales number, video views, the thing that you're actually going to watch to see what happens. And number 4 is what you're going to learn either way. This is the bit that changes everything. Before you start, think, if this works, I'll know X. If this doesn't work, I'll know X. There's no failures. It's just data. I knew when I ran that first experiment to get to 100 members in 30 days in my school group, what the number was. The number was 100. It was visible for everyone. There was no ambiguity about whether I had got to that number or not after 30 days. I got to 76, which I actually think was great. I don't think I would have had a hope of getting there if I hadn't had the deadline. People watching. I mean, you're telling people that you're doing something and you're committing to it. There's another element there of accountability that is really important. But the most important thing was I knew exactly what had grown it the fastest. I knew exactly what the thing was that I had done that gave my membership a real boost. I also knew the thing that I spent money on did not work at all. So the thing that I actually threw money at to try and get it to grow wasn't a success. And if you want to know what the thing is and the other thing is and the other thing is, come join my Skool group. So right now I'm running 3 experiments simultaneously in my business. And yes, I still have a full-time job. One is being shared in the Skool group. It is what impact does posting a video a week for 30 days have on the growth of my otherwise kind of dead YouTube channel that I hadn't posted on for 7 months. This is in terms of views, subscribers, and then how many of those people are then coming into my free Skool group. Does this grow my Skool group? Does it grow my YouTube channel? There's a number there. I know exactly the number of subscribers I had in my YouTube group before I started posting again. I know exactly the number of Skool members I have before I started posting on YouTube. And I also deliberately ask a question when people join into my Skool group. How did you hear about the Skool group? If they write YouTube, I know, I can count that number. Another experiment that I am running is what impact is collaborating and contributing to bundles and hosting them having on my growth in my business? Which ones are having the biggest impact? And I'm tracking the data from each of those collaborations so I know which ones have the biggest impact. I've also tracked 39 collaborations already and have done another video about it, which is linked on your screen if you want to hear about what impact those collaborations are having on my business growth. The other experiment that I'm tracking, which is ongoing, is what impact is having a free Skool group having on my business? What's it doing for growth? What's it doing for revenue? What's it doing for relationship building? Does having a real and connected community grow your business? Every one of these experiments has a hypothesis. It has a timeline. It has a specific metric that I'm tracking and something that I'm learning regardless of the outcome. That's the framework. The place where all of this is documented is my free Skool group. I know, I've said it a lot. Free Skool group. Come join my free Skool group. Come and join my free Skool group. Every week I post an experiment update. What I tried, what happened, what I'm doing next. Not polished case studies, the real data. And some of it hasn't been great, but some of it I've been really surprised by and has actually moved my business forward and given me a clear direction on what I should be focusing on. This is data that I share because it's a real business growing in real time. I personally think that's more useful than already being a business that's making 6 figures and yeah, I've quit my job and I've got over 1 million subscribers. Like, that's great, and yes, I would love to be that person, but also quite hard to relate to when you're trying to build a business around a job or a busy life or just testing things out to see what's really going to work for you. Now, here's the thing about running experiments though. Running them on your own is possible, but running them with someone who's tracking the data, holding you to account, asking the questions, and really helping you create the best type of experiment for your business, that's a different speed. I work with a small number of people one-to-one inside a program called the CEO Experiment. It's a 60-day experiment. You come in with the business challenge that you're trying to solve. It could be growth, could be lack of visibility, it could be marketing, it could be that you're just trying to get started. We then build 2 deliberate 30-day experiments around it. We meet every fortnight. You get Voxer support in between. And at the end, you walk away with real data, documented results, and a clear picture of what's actually working in your business and what is going to move you forward. This isn't generic business coaching. This is running a smart, structured, results-based experiment in your own business. Spots are limited. I have a full-time job, so there is limited availability, and I kind of throw 100% into each one. So check the link in the description to see if there's an opening or get on the waiting list. The mindset shift is important. You're not trying things and hoping that they work. You're a CEO of your business, running experiments to figure out the fastest path forward. The shift changes how quickly you make decisions, how quickly you move, and how much the result, no matter what it is, teaches you about something that is or isn't working in your business. Because it's important to know this. It's important to know what isn't working. Don't waste time on the thing that isn't working. You know, past me would have said that about posting on YouTube. I did it for ages. Don't waste time on things that are not working, and the only way to know it is if you're tracking the data. Come into my free community to see what my experiments are looking like. And if you want to run your own with one-to-one support, the coaching link is in the description.